Card weekend in the books.
Yeah, man.
What up, people?
They got some wild stuff going on with that, man.
What up, y'all?
Yeah, not much, man.
What up? What up, though?
So look here, man. I know we're gonna recap Wildcard weekend, man. And I want you to know I was surprised by the way some of these teams play. So
Okay.
You were?
Care to elaborate?
what the heck happened to Josh Allen?
Same thing that's been happening to him all season.
Yeah.
No, hold on, B. Josh Allen during the regular season looked pretty good, man. He was running over people, running the ball, and getting first downs.
He was second in the league in interceptions, but you wouldn't know that because all they talk about is Dak. But he's been this guy the whole season.
Whole season. His whole
But
career.
what? So he said the whole career.
He go brain dead. That's his problem.
He did in that game though, because I don't
He
know
does
if
it all
it's
the
the
time.
play calling or was the defense that good.
No, I told y'all last week that Miami's defense was nothing to sneeze at. So I'm not, and then it's a divisional opponent, so they know them very, 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 very well. Third time playing them, so I kind of knew that they were gonna struggle a little bit. And I'll get into the other divisional matchup coming up this weekend, but I kind of figured that they would struggle against Miami's defense. But to your point about Josh Allen, I saw nothing different than what I've been seeing all season. It's just that, and Kennedy and I said it multiple times during the game. It's just too much. Well, no, I think that might have been it against that might have been the San Francisco Seattle game. But in the end, Buffalo just had too much talent.
Yeah.
Too much talent, and the inexperience of Mike McDaniel showed its ugly face in the fourth quarter with the poor clock management.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. That was
Yeah,
my other
I mean-
point about that.
Yeah, but this is his first time as not only a head coach, but the play caller. But all the Super Wildcard games that were division opponents were tough. And even the Baltimore game, what was going on? Third time playing them. They know each other. San Francisco and Seattle, they know each other. So I was not shocked by any of these games being close at whatever particular time they were. They know it, especially that Ravens and
Bengals game.
Bengals game.
NFC North, black and blue division. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. And that was with a third string quarterback. With what the Ravens and to be honest, the Bengals didn't play their best game, and the Ravens probably should have won that game.
B, what you just said. So what does that say about the Buffalo Bills defense if they let Skylar Thompson, who's a third string QB, at him like that?
You don't say nothing to
Again,
me.
it's the familiarity.
Yep.
It's why Sam Howell was able to do what he did against us week 17.
Yeah. Personnel's still the same for the last 3 years.
Yeah, these coaches know these teams in and out, inside and out.
Yeah.
Right.
Miami staff might be new, but the players know the Bills.
Yeah.
So it's they
give you
seeing
that
the stuff. It's like if the Saints were playing the Falcons.
Right.
In the play.
Or the Buccaneers now. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get
So
what
those
you're saying.
results then, I suspect that Buffalo will look a whole lot better, and so will all the teams that I suspect they all will look better than playing a team that knows them like the back of their hand.
Right.
Well, K-Man, hold on. Okay, let me ask you this then, K-Man. Then B, you chime in. Do you think the Bills defense kind of lost something when Von Miller went out?
A little bit, a consistent that one person that can put pressure on one side of or on a tackle. Yeah, they did consistently. Yeah, even though Von isn't, this is year 13 Von versus year 5 Von, he still could help, and especially for AJ Epinesa and stuff like that. So him going down with ACL, that really hurts him. But it doesn't. It doesn't hurt. Their defense is better than it was last year.
And
You won't see no kind of shootout like they had with Kansas City if they
and
get that
B
far. If they
Yep.
they play them.
and to that point, B, let me ask you this point of it. What K-Man just said, that you think because Von Miller went out, they lost a little bit. Do you think that added to the familiarity with the teams on from a defense, from the Bills defense?
Well, I'll say this. They still were able to generate 4 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, half of those were from the linebacker position, but they still were able to generate pressure against, what I consider to be one of the better offensive lines in football. Now, even though Von Miller at this stage of his career is of a diminished I won't say diminished skill set, but a dialed back skill set just because of his body and the limitations of his body. He can still help because of experience. Like he where he can't win with pure speed anymore. He still knows how to set tackles up.
True.
Because if you look at the last couple of years, right? This, before he went down with Buffalo, last year with the Rams, what you would see is you wouldn't necessarily hear a lot from Vaughn first 3 quarters. Come fourth quarter, that's when you would hear his name a little bit. That's when he would get turned up a little bit because he spent 3 quarters setting these dudes up for moves that he's going to put on them in the fourth quarter. And those are the type things, those little nuances like that, those are the type things that you miss as a defense. So in that regard, yeah. Yeah, in that regard, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So B, what you just said, do you think if Von Miller would have played, the game would have been Buffalo would have won by more points?
I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, but would it have gone down to what it did? I don't believe so. I believe Buffalo would have wrapped up the game sooner. I'll put it that way.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Because I wasn't, and this is what drives me nuts about Sean McDermott. Like I was not a huge fan of the game plan because I knew that they were gonna go in trying to throw the ball too much, and they have a history of this. Josh Allen threw the ball almost 40 times, threw the ball 39 times. Do that if you want to against Jacksonville, and you're going to end up getting beat.
That's where I'm going next. B.
Because Doug Peterson is a much, much better coach and much more experienced coach. I won't say much, much better, but a much more experienced coach than Mike McDaniel.
All right.
They're not playing. They're not playing now.
Good segue.
Who did the Jags? No. The Jags play KC. Yeah. The Bengals play Buffalo. Yeah, so same thing still applies. They will get beat if they try to throw the ball 40 times against the Bengals. They will get beat.
Hold on, B. Good segue. K-Man, I'm coming to you for this one. Jaguars-Chargers game. Who do you think was the reason that the Jaguars came back from 27 down?
He's already smiling.
to beat the Chargers. Was it Doug Peterson? Is Doug Peterson a good coach, or was it the Chargers always charging?
Chargers be charging. Chargers be charging. I remember told y'all it every year. This goes back to Phillip. This goes back to Drew Brees. Look, they always the darlings in August and September. But when it starts to get a little bit, Charger be charging. When it starts to get a little cold and the games become a little tight. The last time the Chargers weren't charging was 95 when 94 when they went to the Super Bowl. And then they got smoked. But still, No, they be charging. It doesn't matter. It's just something. It's not cursed. It's just something in the DNA of that franchise. Players come and go, but to be charging, still be there. It's just there. It's just like normally you have a second year quarterback so rattled in his first game. You go up 27-0. That's a walk.
Yeah.
I keep on hearing everybody telling me that Eckler is really good and Herbert's really good and that offensive line is really good and blah 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 and Joey Bosa and oh yeah what's the other one who's finished but everybody thought was a big deal when he got there? Yeah, Khalil. Oh my God, Derwin James is the only person on that defense that is legit.
Yes.
Legit.
No, you forget one dude, Asante Samuel Jr. He's a stud.
Okay, he's all right.
Derwin James is the only one on that defense.
It's this guy. Here we go.
I want him to ask to go like this dude is he grew up watching Sean Taylor, big fan of Antrell Roll. I want him to go somewhere else and to have success. I mean, the crappy staff already screwed up his leg. I mean, screwed up him for 2 years with injuries. Like, come on. Chargers be charging.
All right, B, what you think, B? You think
First of all, I'm not gonna sit up here and just act like Asante Samuel Jr. ain't a dude because he is. I get the hate coming from Broncos Nation, but that's that's not a thing.
I don't hate him. I just don't think he's that dude.
He's a dude. He's not that dude, but he's a dude. He's a dude.
He's a guy.
What was the question again, Sean?
Is he sauce? Is he sauce? No,
he's not.
No, he's not sauce. No.
90% of the NFL is not sauce.
I know.
He's good.
Sauce
is different.
Different. Yeah. What's that dude they picked over Surtain? J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for him though. He's just
dude. That's
bad luck.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel is good, but. And I'm pretty sure this goes along with a lot of athletes, especially at the football level, when their parent was like one of the best players in his time. They're going to look for the junior, to be at that level. Asante Samuel's not at that level yet, but he's good.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly believe Surtain's disdeveloped because of his dad.
Yeah. Samuel is better than his dad at this point, though. His dad was not this good in his second year.
I might give you that. But B,
what was the original question? Yeah.
The question is, B, I think the reason that the Jaguars came back and won that game down by 27, was it because Peterson is a good coach, or was it like K-Man said, the Chargers be charging?
It was a perfect combination of both. It was a perfect combination of both. When you got a franchise that's accustomed to dropping the ball and just doing stupid things happen. Stupid things happen. And but I want to credit Doug Peterson more than I bash the Chargers. I want to credit Doug Peterson more because he didn't panic. And I told y'all at halftime. It was 27-0. Jags went down the field, scored, made it 27-7. I said we got a ball game. Because I knew we got a ball game, and I could see it. I could see it in the game plan. Even like in the beginning of the third quarter, I could see in the game plan where Doug Peterson did not hit the panic button. They continued to do the same things that they were doing. Now they played around with a few different things, getting Christian Kirk on the move, pre-snap and all that. But for the most part, that was a coaching masterpiece by Doug Peterson. And why Brandon Staley still has a job is beyond me. They let go of assistants, but he still has a job. That part of it is beyond me.
Me neither. I don't understand that. But well, I don't get that at all. He should have been going, in my opinion, man.
After reading what's the dude from the NFL Network? Can't think of his name right now. But he said he's been following this franchise for 20 years. He knows the organization inside and out. They don't get rid of coaches like that. They also they're
True.
cheap. They
Yeah.
cheap. So all their coaches are always like new. So that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I think Brandon Staley is a good coach. I just think I don't know. I think maybe
Who
he ain't ready for the pressure.
who calls the plays for the Chargers? Is it Staley?
Defensive players, yeah,
He's a defensive, yeah.
but Mike Lombardi just got fired, so
Oh, that's right. That's right. He didn't get Lombardi. That's who they get. Okay.
But I think
Yeah.
I think with Staley, you know, we allude to this a lot with offensive minded head coaches that don't do so well. Well, maybe you're not a head coach, maybe you're just a coordinator. I think I don't know if Brandon Staley,
he could be just like his mentor Vic.
right? I think he's more suited for the booth, to be honest.
You know who I want to see go there? I want to see Byron Leftwich go there.
Trick question.
No, I want to see Byron Leftwich go there as the offensive coordinator.
Why would you wish that on that man?
Because I want him to work with a quarterback with a live arm who's not seeing ghosts.
And look, man.
That's why I would go to Washington if I were him.
He might.
I'll go.
But I'm gonna tell y'all to y'all point. I forgot where I saw it online. I think out of all the head coaches that are left playing football right now, only one of them is a defensive minded coach. All the rest of them are offensive mind head coaches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Yeah, McDermott's the defensive one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's the only one. Yeah.
And I think we alluded to something like this earlier on some of the earlier podcasts. Is that like it's more about putting up points, which people like to see the explosive plays.
Right.
That gets people in the stands. And K-Man, like I said, that generates revenue and money. You know.
Yeah. It's just like how in the late '90s, they had that campaign, "Chicks Dig the Long Ball." You know, with Sammy Sosa and McGuire, knocking out those juiced out balls. You know, yeah. You know, because it's baseball. Baseball, same thing. You know, the NBA got rid of a lot of rules because they were tired of like 72, 75 games, and
you want to see more scoring,
yeah.
All right, B Wig. I got one more thing. One of my takeaways. One more for you, B. I'm gonna start off with you, man. San Francisco 49ers, B.
Mm-hmm.
Are the 49ers that good, and Purdy doesn't need to worry about them because he doesn't have to do too much to win?
Are you asking me, are they as good as their record? Or like, are they as good as what they did to Seattle? They did nothing different than what they've been doing all season, which is beating up on scrub teams. Now, I love the defense. The defense is legit. The run defense is legit. The pass defense, that's kind of sketchy. Just Jarrett Stidham lit him up.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams lit him up. Pass defense is suspect when they're not getting home. But you know, I'm gonna say what I told our compadre Frank yesterday when he was trying to talk logic out of one corner of his mouth but hate out the other corner of his mouth.
That back and forth was annoying.
He wouldn't stop.
They went for 30 minutes.
I'm like, dude,
on the group chat. 30 minutes.
You're either gonna be football guy or hater guy. You can't be both. You can't be both. Anyway, San Fran, they're an extremely well coached team.
Mm-hmm.
So against any kind of competition, they're gonna have a chance. I need for, you know, there's this energy that gets thrown around year in and year out, you know, with certain playoff teams. Well, who did they beat? Who did they beat? Who did they play? Who have they played? But, you know, San Fran is not getting that energy this year. when they've beaten no one the entire
Okay,
season.
I got you on this one, B. I'm going to set this up so good for you. Okay, man, I'm coming
Set
to
it
you.
up, man. Come on, bring it.
K man, I'm coming to you.
Go.
What do you think the keys for the 49ers to win this game against the Cowboys are going to be? What do you think they're going to do?
The keys is their main source of offense is running the ball.
Ooh.
They have a light. The Cowboys have a light defense. Push them. You have at the ageless wonder of Trent Williams. You have still one of the best tackles left or I don't know if he's left or right in the game. You have a good run. Your run design is one of the best with Christian McCaffrey, and you can also throw in Debo in there. Run the ball. You also now this is also some nice little good matchup because this is boss versus boss versus employee. So they know each other's defense. This is the second time they're going against each other. So should be a really good game.
Okay, so B,
Hmm?
after K man, what the K man just said, that's why I said I'm going to set you up, B. What do you think the Cowboys have to do defensively to win the game, B?
Get to Purdy. Stay stout against the run and get to Purdy.
Mm.
We forced the most turnovers in the NFL this year. We gotta, and then when I say get to Purdy, that doesn't necessarily mean sack him on every play. We're not gonna get a. They're not gonna be a whole lot of sacks to go around in this game. I'm gonna tell you that now because they're gonna have to. I'm glad that we have more than one horse because they're gonna want to move Micah around. If you keep Micah over there rushing right in against Trent Williams, you're gonna be disappointed. It's gonna be a long
Yeah,
day.
yeah, he
They're
gonna
gonna
beat
have
Trent
to. They're
Williams.
gonna have to move Micah around. They're gonna have to move Micah over center, over guard, over McGlinchey. They're gonna have to keep him at linebacker someplace. They're gonna have to move him. They're gonna have to move him around. Now, last year's Micah is not this year's Micah. Last year's Micah, when we played them, was just getting over COVID. That ain't this year's Micah. This year's Micah is a different beast. So they got that to deal with. We got Bosa to deal with. So they're gonna be a lot. They're gonna be a lot of trench wars in this game, and that's where this game is gonna be won. It's gonna be
B,
won. It's gonna be won up front.
I got another one for you, B. Then K man, I'm gonna hit you. I'm setting you up. B,
Mm-hmm.
how are you gonna stop Debo and CMC? Are you gonna put a spy on him? Have somebody like Micah spy on CMC?
I may put Michael on CMC duty, but I'm more worried about George Kittle than any of those two that you just mentioned.
Good point.
George Kittle can wreck a game
Sure
from
can.
backfield, from with medium routes, short routes, because they're on the only other tight end in the NFL that can get yak like George Kittle is Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, yeah.
Yeah, they're the only two. So I'm more worried about him. If we can take George Kittle and limit his contributions to this game, then I like our chances.
All right, so K man, based on what B just said, K man, you Kyle Shanahan. How are you going to use your weapons to neutralize what B just said that they're going to try to do?
Well, Cal's gonna try something. He's gonna, Cal's gonna always show you a little bit something if you've never seen before. He's gonna show you a look, but what he wants to do is what his dad taught him how to do, is to punish you. He wants to take you away. He wants to take your manhood. That is Mike Shanahan's way of just running. Look at all his disciples. They want to run you to death and just have you on your hips going. They want that. So the run is always going to be the bread and butter. It's going to look very different. You can see Brandon Ayuk in the backfield running the ball. You can see Kittle running the ball.
They run it a million different ways.
They do.
That's the looks they're going to give you, and then the looks are to set you up. The looks are to set you up, and that's all they want. This is a chess. This is going to be a chess game.
Yeah.
As I said before, between former employee, and former employer, because they went against each other for 3 years down in Atlanta. This is the second time in the playoff divisional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the
Divisional
last year was wild card.
wild card. So yeah, it's going again.
Ooh, boy, that's gonna be some. That's like I said, it's gonna be a chess
We
match.
We gotta make them play from behind. We have to take advantage of their weakness, which is their pass defense. If you get the coin toss, take the ball. Get the ball.
Yeah. Score first.
And try to go get some points. Now, kicking, that's go for 2. Get touchdowns and go for 2.
And that last field goal kind of gave him the what's name. He good.
But how you?
It's just
nah, man, I don't know. You missed 4 extra points, man.
I don't know.
It's soccer style kickers. That's just all it is.
Oh man, I couldn't believe he missed them joints. I'm like, what the heck is going on over there?
Yeah.
The yips is a real thing, bro.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
That's why him hitting the field goal, I think, helped him. So I think it's going to help him. I think you know they're going to be going over that. They brought a dude in. Come on now, I think he's going to be fine.
Ooh, well, all right, man. Those are 3 things I had, man. Y'all got anything, man?
We shall see. I ain't really have anything special. We just talking about the matchup.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about some. The only game that really wasn't good was Cowboys and the Bucks, and that's only because tuberculosis 12. We're seeing ghosts. So it's just like,
hold on, man. Wait a minute. I can't believe y'all don't want to bring up the Giants versus the Vikings.
Nah, we can't.
Why?
It's a super wild card. We can't recap. We can. It don't make me no difference.
Man said why?
Yeah. I mean, ain't nothing changed. Kirk Cousins is still Kirk Cousins, bro.
So
go back. Go back to the tape before you even come at me.
Hold on, okay, man. So you saying it's a time thing, right? Time of day for the game.
Man, that thing started at 4:30. We still in daylight savings time. Hour later, sun go down at 5:15.
Apparently,
Freaks come out at night, and he withers in a shell at night.
Apparently, the run defense withered right with him because they just fired Ed Donatell today. They just fired him.
But they said their defense wasn't that good this year. And, Ed's going to go back to work with Vic to be in the secondary coach. So wherever Vic goes, Ed keeps a job.
The Viking offense just was like non-existent. I don't know. Like Kramer said, I don't know what's going on with the papayas. What was going on?
And we joke a lot about Kirk Cousins, but I put this loss more on the lack of physicality by Minnesota up front on both sides of the ball. Like they got dominated. Like I know the score was closer than it would make you think the game was closer than what it was, but Minnesota got dominated up front, bro. They got dominated.
And that's what Dayball brought to the Giants. He saw the roster of the Giants and said, okay, we're gonna, until I can get all my players in here, we're gonna go with what works for us and just be the physicality. Now, what's the name? O'Connell is from the Shanahan tree. Yeah, he probably looked at his team like, I can't really do what I really want to do, but let me try to get what I can. And he got a 12-5 record, won a division. So yeah, so it looks good. But there's some stuff that needs to come in there.
Right.
I don't think Dalvin Cook is as good as he was 2 years ago.
Nah, he wasn't. Oh yeah, he's not. Hey, look, I want to say this so we can go to the pitch, man. You had one of the most profound statements of this past weekend. Everybody, B-Wig went undefeated in this wild card thing, won all his games, and then got nerve to say, because he had the worst record in the regular season, he was like, to hell with the regular season. It only counts when the I said, okay.
I mean, who celebrates regular season victories? I mean, who does that? Who does that? I mean, this is.
Hold on, B.
I mean, last week we were singing trophies. We were singing the theme of trophies. Like, Come on, man.
We're talking about.
I'm still getting my trophy. Hey, this right here is what happens when you do well in the regular season. That's all I gotta say.
Oh shit, man! B, when you said that, Joe, I was so on the floor. I said, my man got one of the most profound statements.
Right.
Oh boy.
What's a regular season goon to a postseason goblin?
Oh God.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go with the picks, man. I think the Saturday game.
Yeah, so we all see it.
All right. Hey, B. Jags to the Chiefs.
I'm picking Chiefs. The Jags. Look, last weekend was a magnificent story. Magnificent story for that franchise. Magnificent step. But there comes a time when you meet the real G of the neighborhood. In this case, the real G of the AFC. They get ready to run. Kansas City has way
Wait a minute.
Look, you got away with one last weekend. Being down 27-0. You get down more than 17, more than 14 or 17 to the Chiefs.
You hanging out? It's a wrap. Who you got, K-Man?
I got the Chiefs, but I don't got no blow-ups. They got weapons. They don't have as many weapons as they did in the past few years. Their defensive line, their defense is soft. So what Jaguars like to do, they can do against inexperience for the all the players that will come in. And Kansas City
All right. Now, this game is interesting to me, man. Giants said the Eagles came in.
I got the Eagles. Once again, another close game. Divisional blood rivals between them. So I got the Giants. I got the Eagles in this game.
Y'all talking all this day-ball toughness. Who you got?
I got the Giants. There's
You said the Giants 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, I got the Giants because I'm still. I've been saying it all. The read option is not conducive. I'm sorry. Cap got away with it. Cap took his team to the Super Bowl with it. That was the exception. Giants are.
You don't think Hurts can pull it off?
Look, Hurts is gonna do his thing. He's gonna do his thing. But I just think the physicality that I saw from New York against Minnesota, and the fact that these are rivals, I would have to go back and look, but I don't think that there were a lot of times, or there have been a lot of times in the NFC East, where teams that have met in the playoffs, where a team has gotten to the fourth. It's extremely hard to do. So I'm going with the Giants. Like, yeah, Buffalo put up 31 points last week. I wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced with the way I saw them play. And Cincinnati has a much better defense than Miami. And I think Joey B is gonna be out for blood. So I'm going with the Bengals, man.
Josh Allen can't play like he did last week. Who you got, K-Man?
I got the Bills. I think what happened Because I think what happened last week was you playing a division and not playing that at your home in Orchard Park. And I'm going to this game was it's a toss up. This game was in John Brown Stadium.
Something like that.
Yeah. I would take the Bengals, but I'm taking the
The game right here. Hey, man, Cowboys and the 49ers.
I am taking the 49ers. I think they're a better team. I think they're a better coach team. I think talent is toss up. So nothing I saw. I wasn't impressed by what the Cowboys did against the Buccaneers because I didn't think the Buccaneers were that good because I didn't think anybody in the NFC South was going to be in the playoffs. The Cowboys did to them what they should have done. I think the first half of the 49ers game against Seattle was just divisional opponent. Now we're coming to the game. I think the 49ers will win. Probably by like 4 to 7.
Who you taking, me? Should I ask?
Yes, you should. Take the Dallas Cowboys, bro. What's wrong with you? Look, man. It's gonna be like one of the games, like haymakers. Like it's gonna be some haymakers.
Yeah, I think it is.
But I stand by what I said earlier. Listen, look for how big bad and tough they up against the top power offense, they got the breaks put off the line. So I'm like I told Frank yesterday, I'm not scared of them, bro. I know who their coach is. He ain't perfect. He does some questionable things throughout the season. He ain't perfect. So, I'm rocking with my boys, man. I'm rocking with my boys. We're gonna host an NFC Championship game next Sunday. Let's get it.
Well, good luck. Hey, the NFC East got 3 shots to be in the championship game.
Well, one of them is, that's a given. One of them's gonna be in there.
One of them gonna get in there.
Philly or the Giants got to win that game. So.
Yeah, go be in there. So, I'll be in there.
But I think whoever, I think that's why they made it last.
It's either going to be that game or
It's the position. This is the ninth time the Cowboys and 49ers are playing in the West.
We owe them, bro. It's revenge to them. We owe them. Yeah, look, they're trying to ride off the same success they had against us last year. We're not the same team.
look, we're going to take it back to another wrestling analogy. The loser league title match.
And they're like, I can't believe really think Ricky of a quarterback life because listen, I understand, teams like to run the ball. I understand they run the ball. Look, you gotta be able to make throws and play. Is he gonna have time to make throws that he needs to make? Is the pressure of the divisional round? Is the pressure of the divisional round not going to get to this man?
I don't know because this is his first time. I will ask you the same. I will ask this question: will the pressure ultimately again succumb Rain Dakota?
In the Cowboy team.
He just took out the GOAT at his home. He don't got no pressure. Ain't no pressure. He just took down the GOAT. What pressure? He's out there playing free. What you see when they like the Rain Dakota press guy?
You talking about Mike Tyson?
they faced Riddick Bowe, Kansas City, when they faced Riddick Bowe, they got knocked out.
Okay, first of all, I done told you so many times, ain't nobody in the NFC that good. I ain't seen y'all beat nobody that I'm impressed by. I ain't seen nobody. Everybody in the NFC sucks. We talked about what's name got the number one record? What's name got the number one record? We kept talking about how they beat nobody.
Hold on, stop the music. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on.
What is this? The NFC is all of a sudden good. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Where is it at? 6-1 against teams with winning records.
Okay.
So let's go to San Fran. 49ers record against teams with winning records.
What's that?
2022. Let me put 2022 in there.
Yeah.
2022.
Drum roll.
Come on. See, it's skewed because they haven't played many winning teams.
The
majority of the teams they played had losing records, bro.
But didn't you just say it? To hell with the regular season, the playoff is what counts.
I'm talking about our picks.
I'm mad. I mean, come on.
I'm talking about our picks.
You're
not gonna use the logic of I haven't been impressed by anybody.
I'm not impressed by anybody in the NFC. But to think that to go into beating up a battered old man and that shitty offensive line and got some cussing, I'm supposed to be impressed by that?
So why? And this is why I ask you. So why are you so convinced that San Francisco is going to beat us on Sunday? Apply that same logic.
I think their coach.
What we did against
their coach is better than your coach, and I think they're a better coach team than your team. I said talent wise, you're up, and so it's all coaching.
Talent wise, about the same.
I take Kyle Shanahan over Mike McCarthy any day of the week.
So it doesn't matter that they beat up on bums all season. You put weight on us beating up a bum team 2-3 days ago. We beat up a bum team in the Wildcard.
I don't take any weight. You beat a team in the playoffs, the team that had a losing record,
and that's factoring into your decision.
You want me?
For Sunday. I don't want you
winning.
To pick us.
Your winning record is based probably on your division because your division was better. While they only had Arizona was a walking clown show, and the Rams were still postseason drunk.
The only team, did possibly was the Seahawks, and you saw what happened to them. But
they beat. Mind you, they lost to the.
How many times you beat the Giants? How many times did you beat the Giants?
Twice.
Giants finished with a 9-8 record. They kind of gave up that, or 10-7. I can't remember.
They were 9-7. 9-7.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all beat the Eagles, who were 13-4.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Commanders, which was the lowest team in the division, they still won 7 games.
8-1.
8-9-1.
8-9-1.
No. 7-5-1.
What was the record what was the record of the Rams in the what's the name?
The Rams had
6-11.
5-12. 4, and what's the name was 4-13.
Yeah.
I'm going with the 49ers based on coaching.
Okay. All right. So
I just
So
want to
we just
clarify. I'm trying.
so we just go we gonna take that goalpost and just move it each week, right? We gonna move the goalpost. You know?
I know
It's
you're
a
happy.
limbo,
I know
I mean,
man.
you.
we keep the
I know.
same we keep the same goal we
I
keep the goalpost where it is for San Fran, but when it come to us, we just
I know you're happy. I know you're happy. Calm down.
listen.
No one. First of all, we all last week picked the Cowboys to walk. We all picked them.
Right.
So we all picked them because we know the team that they were playing wasn't particularly that good.
Right.
Okay.
And then we've always said this. Hey, I even said this about the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not their fault who the schedulers picked. You beat who's in front of you. The 49ers beat who's in front of them. Now the Cowboys are in front of them. Let's see if they beat them.
And B, to your point, you mentioned last week that you were worried about your Cowboys playing down to the competition. Last
We
week,
did it the week before.
but last week, a K-Man said y'all went in and beat up an old man with a withered team. But Dak did throw some picks. He did throw some picks, B.
Didn't matter. It did not matter.
Ezekiel Elliott didn't get off the ball like he was supposed to be.
Zeke is finished. Zeke need to go to the same nursing home that Brady's about to go to.
When your running back is different. It's different when you're running back.
True.
It was hard to watch Zeke carry the ball Monday night. Like, what was that? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know how much more proof they need.
He's 7. This is year 7 for a running back.
Yeah, who already had mileage on him coming from Ohio State.
Yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it is.
But I just need for them to recognize that and take this man out to pasture.
B, they want you heard what Giroux. Okay, Ron Jennings, you heard what Giroux said, man. He said, where Zeke go, we go.
This is also the same man that cut DeMarcus Ware and Dez Bryant. I'm not worried about that because most of those decisions are being made by Stephen Jones now. Stephen has no heart ties to any of these players.
Hey, the Dez Bryant move made sense. The DeMarcus one didn't.
But my thing is, B, when y'all tried to run the ball against the Bucks, it wasn't doing anything. Just think what y'all going to run into when you go against the 49ers.
But
Bucks been top 5 against the run all year
because that's their strength. Their run defense is the Bucks' strength. So what is their weakness is the corners, and so you took advantage of it. So I still don't know if Zeke is. You just ran into the hardest part of that defense. So I don't really know if Zeke's finished.
Yo, you can see it.
And maybe you use it for a setup. I don't know.
He's a goal line. What we're seeing right now is Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis. When the Steelers won that Super Bowl,
oh Lord.
Hey, when the Steelers won that Super Bowl, Jerome Bettis was done, bro. He was a goal line back. Yes. Willie Parker from 10 to 10, it was all Willie Parker. Inside the 10, that's when they brought in Jerome Bettis. If they're gonna hang on to Zeke, slice his salary, put him in the Bettis role.
Bettis was year 12 and 4 years in Notre Dame. I don't know, player.
and B, I would say this, B, to your point. That's a good point. If Zeke doesn't perform next season, he may have one more season going into the 2 seasons after that. Then say, hey Zeke, we got to restructure your contract, dude. You're not really.
Do you know how the business of football works? I don't think Zeke got any guaranteed money left.
No, he doesn't, and that's why he's going to get cut, or that salary, the contract is going to get restructured or redone after this season. Look, there is no next season if he doesn't run right next season. No, he didn't run right this season, and he's been relatively healthy. He missed what did he miss? 1 game, something like that. He's been relatively healthy, and then it's we saw it. We see it off season after off season. Him on some beachfront or on
Or in
somebody's
Vegas.
field doing all these jump cuts around trash cans, talking about he's in the best shape of his life. And then here we come to the season, and now he's running like he's got 30-pound dumbbells attached to his ankles.
Yeah.
He's not the same.
I still gonna say I think that's gonna be the game of the weekend, man. I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Really, I think what's name's gonna be the game of the weekend.
Which
Buffalo
one?
and the Bengals.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean,
man.
let's be for real. I'm glad Hamlin is up and running and is great. But that game, had it continued or had the incident never occurred, that was going to be a slugfest.
Here's
Yeah.
here's the reason why I say that's going to be the game of the weekend, K-Man. Because of the past history between these two teams meeting in like playoffs or NFC championship games to go to the Super Bowl. There's so much history with these two story franchises. Watch before the game.
I get the marquee.
So many flashbacks.
I get the marquee matchup. I mean, I get the marquee team matchup. But the Bills and Bengals gives the NFL everything they want. The future, the future guys on the what's the name?
Quarterback side.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like, ain't nobody clamoring to see Brock Purdy. Like, I get that there are a lot of San Fran fans, but let's be honest. Like, it's Brock Purdy. 70% of the nation still don't know who this man is.
Yeah.
But B, everyone loves a redemption story. He's the last one pick. He could possibly beat the Cowboys and go into the championship game. That's must see TV, man.
That's your ESPN producer hat coming
on for fans of either franchise.
Yeah,
must see TV for fans of either franchise.
Yeah, but for the future, nah. I wouldn't be surprised if Gazelle's at that game and then flies to the San Francisco game. Because
and look, to y'all point, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Trevor Lawrence against Patrick Mahomes a little bit. I want to see her Andy Reid against Peterson. I want to see.
Yeah, that's the storyline. That's the story. All these games got storylines. You got the hate, the blood hatred between the Eagles and the Giants. I mean, going back to Herman Edwards catching that. I mean, getting the fumble and winning that. I mean, you got a lot of history or potential future matchups in this NFL. If you're the NFL and if you are their TV partners, you have to be ecstatic of the games and the potentials that you have.
These are going to be 4 good games, man. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting weekend.
Yes, from a marketing standpoint, I would love it. I mean, David Stern couldn't maneuver this weekend even better if he was still around. He would.
No, look, these teams should have played like on Christmas or something.
This would be if the NFL did have like an NBA schedule. Like this would this would be a Christmas lineup.
Right.
Never lied about that one. Boy.
Yeah,
I'm just glad our game is on Fox and not CBS, and I don't have to listen to Romo.
Yeah.
Why he sound like he be whining himself? Oh no!
I can't stand this. God, man, why did they give this man so much money?
Did he make it, Jim?
Tricking this man into believing that he's better than what he is.
Y'all know I don't like Tom Brady, but I want Tom Brady to retire so bad and be so good at this. I really want him to retire and be so good at this that they say, okay, enough with the pretenders. We need to start going out and get like real dudes. Get Drew Brees or get
your
back
boy is good. Greg Olsen is pretty.
Greg Olsen, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah,
because I mean, he actually understands like football and how football, and he doesn't slurp anybody. He doesn't care who the teams are. He's not a slurper.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why. That's part of the reason why I watched our game on ESPN because I wanted to hear Tro and Joe.
Look, Romo got that deal because Phil Simms sucked. And and he was bringing a little bit of something to it. But how can I say this? As usual, Romo's thing comes out. Like on the surface, he looks really good. But when you really need it, and the sun and the lights are bright, he dumps on himself.
But they set this up. They set it up for Romo to be this way though. Like everybody was all, he knows teams plays before they're running them. Look, he's calling out team stuff. No, they said CBS set that up.
Yeah, because he's at practice. He's at practice when they're running the damn plays. After that got leaked out, everybody's like, that's why they've been trying to back up the Brinks truck to Peyton, and Peyton keeps saying, like, no, I want my own. I want to create my own thing. I don't want to work for somebody.
Yeah, because he actually did say, I heard him on Fox say he does like being in the studio, and when I heard him say that, it kind of shocked me. I was like, wait a minute. I said, dude, I thought you still wanted to coach. I said, you like being in the studio? So Fox must be paying him some money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm hoping a team pick him up because my Saints get a first round pick and possibly some other stuff.
I hope it's not my team. I really do. He is not worth. He is not worth two number ones. He is not worth a 1 and a 3. And then someone brought this up. Super Bowl winning coaches, when they go to another team, they have never won again. So that fire might not be there. But Super Bowl losing coaches, I think they were saying that up for Dan Quinn. I don't know. Hey, look, I'm here as a 3-horse. I'm here as a 3-horse race. David Shaw is right there. I want David Shaw. Yeah, I'm
That's
putting
kind of that statement is kind of like, because a lot of times Super Bowl winning coaches don't go anywhere.
What the example that they brought up was Parcells, and they brought up Shanahan, and they brought up and then on the reverse of it, the Andy Reid winning, and then Dick Vermeil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, Mike McCarthy about to get one. So.
See, he already won one. He already won one, and see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to get one with his new team. So, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, B. Then we can probably hang it up. Let me ask you this one, B. Do you think McCarthy's job is safe even if he doesn't get to the Super Bowl?
I didn't buy that his job was safe after Monday because Kellen Moore could have coached that game, head coached that game, and we would have won. This is the game, I believe, that will ultimately decide his job. That's what I believe.
No,
I believe he's safe.
Giroux didn't sound like that.
I believe he's safe. I believe he's safe.
And B, I've heard quite a few excerpts from Jerry was like, everything's okay. But
yeah, I believe he's safe.
He said that about Jason Garrett before he got rid of him. And we all know how they felt about Jason Garrett.
Oh my God,
that was that man's son.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised by that one myself, man. I was like, "What?"
He lost the locker room.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
And I don't think McCarthy's lost. I don't think McCarthy's lost in the locker room.
I don't know that locker room situation.
He hasn't had a reason to. Like, I mean, this dude went back to back 12. I mean, we're kind of winning under this guy.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's safe. I think he's safe in his job.
That's what I'm saying, B. Y'all been winning this guy. So you think if y'all lose to the 49ers, that might be it?
Look. I know Jerry, and Jerry is always going to have the right thing to say. Well, no, I take that back. He's not always going to have the right thing to say, but he will always put out there what you want to hear.
Okay.
And
I don't believe
as
that.
As long as Sean Payton is sitting out there, because there is mutual interest. The only reason why it hasn't come out of Payton's camp that he's had interest in Dallas's job, in the Dallas job, is because Mike McCarthy is still winning games.
I think I still believe Sean Payton wants to stay in LA. He likes LA. His new wife likes LA. I still think he's holding out for the Chargers job, or the Rams job. I mean, essentially,
That's what I'm thinking too.
all McVay did was just wait to find out if Stafford was coming back, and that Stafford said he was coming back. Then McVay's like, I'm coming back. So, I think he's waiting that out, and he's getting a nice little check from Fox. I think he's putting it out there. He might be also, but I think he's trying to like maybe get Fox to give him some more money, because I honestly don't think he wants to coach. I don't think he wants to coach the Carolina Panthers. I don't think he wants to coach the Denver Broncos, even though their owners would give him the world, and these are rich man,
But
17 billion, 71 billion. I think he likes his life in LA.
but you gotta think this is the first time I heard Sean Payton. Well, it's the first time I ever heard a potential head coach say that the relationship between head coach, GM, and ownership has to be good for them to take a position.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. It has to be.
And then it makes you wonder how many guys just didn't worry about that, went ahead and took a head coaching job.
He had that. He had that in New Orleans. He had that
Yeah.
even when Tom Benson died. He had it with Mrs. Benson. He had it with Mickey Loomis. Going somewhere else, you don't know. These are new owners. You don't know. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know Tepper like that. You don't know Walton like that.
So that made me, because that was the first time I ever thought about that. I said, in my mind, I'm like, wow. I'm like that little trilogy, that little triangle with that connection has to be really good. And I went, wow. I said, I only thought about it from a head coaching perspective. Looking at a team, looking at who's on the team, looking at the roster. I didn't think of, GM, ownership. But
All right, I got a question. Quick answer, and then we can hit it. Do y'all think Doogie gets traded?
yeah, they want, yeah, because he doesn't have a contract. He's if they don't sign him, he's gonna be a free agent.
No, they're gonna franchise him. That's why they gave Roquan That's why they gave Roquan the $100 million, so they can because you only can franchise one dude.
So how many years he got left on his contract?
Who, Roquan?
No,
or
Dookie.
Dookie?
No, this contract's up.
He's up.
Yeah,
He's up.
So you can franchise him.
Right.
But what if he doesn't want to go back to them? He'd be a free agent.
No,
if they put the tag on him, he has to stay.
He has to stay.
That's a 1 year. All the tag is a 1 year contract.
Yes.
Now he can choose to not show up to camp with it, but he can't go play. He can't go play for nobody else. That's the tag.
Why not? But if he's not under contract, so
the tag is a contract.
The tag is the contract.
That's what the tag is. It's a 1 year contract
for
the going rate of that position.
Kirk Cousins with the Commanders.
Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah. So if my contract ends, I can't go anywhere else. The team that I don't have a contract with can franchise tag.
The NFL only allows you to franchise one player on your team, and so they're going to franchise him. The reason why they gave Roquan the money, because they didn't want to have two of them.
Yeah, and each year you hear about this date that comes around. The date that the teams have where they can either franchise a player or let him go.
Yeah,
I think it's March 10th or
something
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's like March 10th,
right before the league year.
Right. So they maintain his rights up until that day.
Yeah, and then once the tag is on, they have until I think sometime in June to negotiate a deal by 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought his contract was up. Okay.
I don't think he will get traded because I think for him to get traded, they want a Godfather offer. I don't think anybody's gonna give him that.
Yeah. So you can't refuse.
Yeah. I think you're looking at 3 first.
Yeah, I don't think he goes anywhere. You look at certain players across the NFL and like with their respective teams, and like you go, that player is that team.
Yes.
Well, true.
And Lamar Jackson is the Baltimore Ravens.
They built that whole offense. Even though they got
Around
rid of Greg,
him.
they built that whole offense around him.
Yeah.
It only works for him. His backups mimic him.
Yeah.
That offense only works around him.
Yep.
Well, all right, fellas.
All right, man.
This is spirited. I love it.
It's all good though. It's all good.
Now we can't text. We can't text because Brandon's delayed. We can't text.
No, you can text just like whatever spirited comment that you want to share with you in seconds. That's it.
Oh, did you see that? What are you talking about? I done cussed twice on this pod. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if we were monetized, boy, I tell you. All right, man.
All right, man.